Hello and welcome back to I Create for You. We are going to do a story out of the Haunted President's book, Ghosts in the Lives of the Chief Executives. And I'm going to do John Quincy Adams. And let's begin. John Quincy Adams, 1767 to 1848. He was the sixth president from 1825 to 1829. One of the first appearances of the infamous Demon Cat in the United States Capitol may have been to foretell the death of John Quincy Adams. The ghost of Adams has in good time joined the Demon Cat as one of many spirits roaming the labyrinth halls of the stately Capitol. The Demon Cat, or DC as it's nicknamed, is said to appear in the crypt under the Capitol to warn of impending disaster or death. Its more recent sightings are supposed to have occurred shortly before the 1929 stock market crash, John F. Kennedy's assassination, and 9/11. Those who have seen DC agree that it first appears to be a cuddly little kitten, coal-black and eager to be petted. Then quickly, before the observer's horrified eyes, DC grows into a large, aggressive tomcat, all fangs and claws, its yellow eyes brimming with evil. Panic sets in, and as the terrified witness turns to flee, DC disappears. DC's choice of the crypt for its Capitol appearances is significant. The crypt was intended to receive the body of George Washington, so that, in a sense, the whole Capitol would be his monument. Washington, however, left instructions that he was to be buried on the grounds of his beloved Mount Vernon, and so his Capitol crypt never was occupied except by DC. DC also has been reported in the basement of the White House. That it materialized in the Capitol to foretell Adams's death rather than in the White House accurately reflects Adams' political career. His one term as president probably was not the highlight of his life as far as he was concerned. Many historians agree. It is noticeable that the president's ghost haunts several locations within the Capitol and not in the White House. Adams entered the White House on March 4th, 1825, under a cloud of distrust and disrespect. In the hotly contested election of 1824, four major candidates sought the presidency. None achieved a clear majority, but Andrew Jackson earned a plurality of both the popular and electoral college votes. It was up to the House of Representatives to choose the winner. Adams cut a deal with Henry Clay, who came in third in popular votes and happened to be Speaker of the House. Clay supported Adams, who as president made Clay Secretary of State. Jackson and his many supporters never forgave Adams. After Jackson resoundingly defeated Adams in the 1828 election, Adams refused to attend Jackson's inauguration and returned home to Massachusetts. His home state then sent him back to Washington for 8 consecutive terms in the House of Representatives. No doubt, Congressman Adams was much happier than President Adams. On February 21st, 1848, John Quincy Adams collapsed on the floor of the House. He was carried to the nearby Speaker's room, where he died 2 days later. The phantom of Adam haunts the Speaker's room. The bald, high-domed head is fringed with long, wispy white hair. The almost transparent ghost has a stern, no-nonsense expression that frequently becomes a deep frown. This is anything but a light-hearted spirit, for Adams was a serious man with a serious quest. All his life he was a determined foe of slavery. He foresaw that a great civil war might be necessary to finally abolish human slavery. He said, "Though it costs the blood of millions of white men, let it come. Let justice be done, though the heavens fall." Adams was the only president who knew both the nation's founding fathers and Abraham Lincoln, with whom he served in the House during Lincoln's term in Congress. In addition to the Speaker's room, the ghost of Adams is said to haunt the old Supreme Court chamber in the Capitol, and for good reason. A lawyer by trade and a passionate abolitionist by heart, Adams defeated 53 Africans in the famous 1841 Amistad case. The Amistad was a Spanish ship transporting slaves from Africa, bound for Cuba. In mid-ocean, the slaves revolted, killed the ship's officers, and then sailed to an American port. The government intended to send the Africans to Cuba to be tried for murder and enslaved if not executed. The Africans wanted to go back to Africa. Anti-slavery groups asked Adams to argue for the defense. The 9 Supreme Court justices included 5 Southerners who owned or had owned slaves. Adams won the case. He never submitted a bill for his services. It was a great triumph for the man, and his ghost often can be seen in the one-time courtroom. The phantom paces the floor as it makes its silent argument. This ghost is not distracted by the living. If a person intrudes on its dramatic appeal to the court, the image just slowly fades into oblivion. Some claim to have spotted Adams' ghost at his burial place in the crypt he shares with his father, mother, and wife at United First Parish Church in Quincy, Massachusetts. That particular venue, however, does not seem to host his spirit as frequently as the 2 locations in the U.S. Capitol that represent the distinguished man's proudest accomplishments. Okay, so I usually do the presidents, but I want to do the demon cat. So we shall see what I can come up with for the demon cat. Being a certified cat lady, I think it's only appropriate that I do a cat sketch. Okay, I think I'm a little sharper now. Well, at least my pencil is. Ha! Okay, let's go for this demon cat. Wasn't sure I was going to get one done tonight, but here I am. So far we got a crazy looking ear. Let's see now. I'm going to give myself a little line to work with here. To the top of his head with this crazy hair, you know, because he's a crazy cat. I thought they were going to say they call him DC because being DC. I didn't think it was just going to be, I mean, that could be the reason, but they didn't make it as the reason why his name was DC. They nicknamed him DC. But it makes sense. Just my opinion, of course. I'm going to give him a little slight head tilt. Make him think that, he's looking at you like, yeah, go ahead. I dare you kind of look. Sometimes I get that look from my cats, and I just wonder, well, yeah, what's your point, right? Okay, make this line a little bit darker here for his ear. Okay, so far we got his head. His do you want to go down further? Let me see. There's his head. Okay. I'll try to keep you in frame as I go down further. He's having a bad hair day. But I kind of remember them saying he had like little crazy look, so why not have crazy hair? Alrighty. I'm going to give him the biggest eyes you've ever seen. He's going to be creepy. One eyeball. Kitty cat nose. One more big eyeball. There's the other eyeball. This cat looks looking like he's got rabies or something here. I'm just going to give him some kind of outline that I can go by here. Yeah, he's looking cute right now, isn't he? Not for long. Turn this a little bit. It's one creepy cat, isn't it? Just checking to see if you guys are still in frame here. Hope you can't hear that dog barking out there. Driving me absolutely insane. I think sometimes that dog just barks just to hear itself. Oh my goodness, it stopped barking. Somebody go get a welfare check on that dog. Okay, here comes the wicked crazy part. This is what makes him. Oops, I lost my. This is what's going to make him creepy. Such a cute kitty, isn't he? Finish doing some of his hair first, then I'll finish his wild whiskers. Okay, give him a little bit of a neck here. Give him a collar too. Boy, isn't he a scary cat? Give give him some crazy hair down here. Okay, I want to shade his eyes a little bit. A little darker in here. Do a little shading here. A little shading here. Alright, now we're going to finish off his mouth so you can see those teeth. Get in there. It'd be a lot easier if I could outline it, but that's the way it's going to be. Get these eyes a little shaded here. Give them a little more depth and spookiness. Get them all shaded in here. And then we'll be done with our spooky demon cat, DC. Well, you want this looking at you when it's feeding time, huh? Okay, now zoom out. And there is DC, the demon cat. Alrighty. Well, that was an interesting story. So, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.